Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the World Teen Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to all our teen MPs, global school leaders, and students who have joined us for the 46th Parliamentary Session. Before we begin, it is my privilege to introduce and welcome our distinguished jury panel for today's session. We are honored to have with us Ms. Concillia Chinanzvavana, Member of Parliament from Banket, Mashonaland West, Zimbabwe, Honorary MP Don Mustapha Loong, Deputy Speaker of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, Cotabato City, BARMM, Philippines, and Mr. Daksh Gaur, founder of Blub World Teen Awards, and World Teen Parliament. We are truly grateful for your presence and guidance today. Today's session is extra special because it's not just a debate, it's a voting debate, where voices from around the world come together to share, challenge, and inspire. The topic for today is entrepreneurship a better career path than a professional degree? Is something every young person can relate to. It's about choosing between creating your own path or following a traditional one. And both sides have so much to offer. With our esteemed panel and 100 elected teen MPs ready to engage, I officially welcome you all to this session. I wish every participant the very best, and I look forward to a debate that is insightful, respectful, and impactful.
Thank you so much, Pritisha, for initiating today's parliamentary session. Let me invite the first guest for today to give their opening address for today's parliamentary session. A very warm welcome to Ms. Concillia Chinanzvavana, the current Member of Parliament from Zimbabwe. Ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes for your opening address for today's parliamentary session. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Thank you, sir. I am Madam Concillia Chinanzvavana, MP, Mashonaland West, Zimbabwe Parliament. At this session, I'm very honored to be part of the team as we go ahead and then groom the future parliamentarians, those who are aspiring to represent, to legislate, and to oversight the governments of the day. The citizens' lives and their futures are at stake, teen leaders. So as you embark on this journey, know that you are going to impact lives and make a difference for now and the future. I wish you well as we embark on this journey.
Thank you, Ms. Concillia. Now we request our second guest for today to give their opening statement. A very warm welcome to Honorable MP Don Mustapha Loong, the Member of Parliament and also the Deputy Speaker of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority from Philippines. So over to you for your opening address for 46th Parliamentary Session. Over to you. A very warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Daksh, and to Parliament Member Chinanzvavana and to all the members of Parliament in the World Teen Debates. I wish you good luck and I congratulate you for being part of this program, a very inspiring and commendable program that aims to empower young people of all over the world to be part of legislation, to be able to redirect the course of your communities, your city, as well as your country. So good luck.
Thank you so much, sir, and a very warm welcome to you. I hope everyone is ready and all the teenagers are ready for today's voting debate. Before the voting debate starts, let me quickly introduce you to the World Teen Parliament. The World Teen Parliament currently is the world's only elected parliament of teenagers. We are the only platform in the world where every month sitting members of parliament from different countries come to teach teenagers the skills that they have gained through their experience and understanding through the World Teen Parliament parliamentary sessions, master classes. We provide multiple opportunities to teenagers to transform themselves into future-ready leaders. We were doing a small little research just some time back when we realized that the world has nearly 4,000 career streams that anyone can opt for from, for their own professional career. And you'll be astonished to know the skills that a teenager develops at the World Teen Parliament are relevant and give added advantage in more than 3,000 of those streams. So if you're a part of the World Teen Parliament, you're going to gain a lot through this journey that you get to live at the Teen Parliament. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. before we start, the current registrations for the next World Teen Parliament are open. So if you're a teenager who's not elected, make sure that you fight the election this time. Register right now so that you can get elected in the next World Teen Parliament. Now it's time to listen to the teenagers who are here to debate on today's amazing topic. Before we start this topic really, impacts the life of every single individual who's there on this call. Should they opt for entrepreneurship or should they opt for a professional degree? What would work more? The reason why we did not ask the opinions of our guests today is so that the teenagers don't get biased. So now is the time when we listen to what they have to say about the topic. And I would request both the jury members, make sure that your Google Sheet is open. We'll take the names one by one. If you face any difficulty, any challenge, just WhatsApp the team and they'll assist you throughout. Let me invite the first speaker for today. Remember, all the debaters, you'll only be invited once. If you miss out your call, you will not be invited and your name will be skipped. So be attentive during the next 30 minutes when we do the debating section of today's parliamentary session. The first debater for today is serial number 1, Simran Jain. Simran Jain, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Please unmute yourself. The stage is all yours.
Hello, I'm Simran Jain, a 12th grader studying at Candor International School, Bengaluru, and a member of parliament at the 4th World Teen Parliament. Since childhood, we've heard it, beta, become an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer. But how often do we hear, beta, become a creator, an innovator, or an entrepreneur? A degree might teach you theory, but entrepreneurship teaches you reality. You don't just study problems, you solve them. You don't just wait for opportunities, you create them. Entrepreneurship boosts your confidence, your courage, and your creativity. Skills no classroom can ever give. And yes, it's not easy. There are no marks, no professors, no safe guarantees. But there's growth, purpose, and a chance to build something that actually matters. In a country like India, filled with brilliant ideas and abundant ambition, we don't just need employees and followers. We need innovators and change makers. So yes, a degree prepares you for a job, but entrepreneurship prepares you for life. Thank you.
Thank you, Simran. You are for being an entrepreneur. Let's go to the next speaker for today. The next speaker is serial number 2, Arfa Zoya. Arfa Zoya, please unmute yourself. The next 59 seconds are yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please start. Your time starts now.
Just a second, sir. My mic isn't working.
It is working, beta. You're audible. Start off.
Sure, sir. Imagine
3, 2, 1.
Imagine a student stepping out of a college, degree in hand, hearts full of dreams, but no real idea of what comes next. The world applauds the achievements, yet the system rarely teaches how to create, rather, just comply. This is not the future of ambition. This is the end of it. The real issue isn't about choosing between a classroom or a company. It's about what we value, security or self-belief. The point isn't to dismiss education, but to realize that true learning begins when you step beyond the textbook, when you fail, adapt, and try again. A professional degree gives you a skill, entrepreneurship gives you a vision. My opponent wants you to believe that a degree guarantees success. I ask you, what kind of success comes from following a path already walked 1,000 times? This is not about academics, it is about action. We are trading creativity for comfort, and the cost is innovation itself. The line is clear. One side, predictable careers, safe.
Arfa, the 59 seconds are over. I hope the jury have given Arfa marks. It is serial number 2 in the list that you see in front of you. We are skipping serial number 3 because the individual is not there. So please do not give marks in front of serial number 3. The next individual that we are inviting is serial number 4, Simran Bishnoi. Simran Bishnoi, please unmute yourself. The next 59 seconds are yours. I would request the jury, please note, this is serial number 4. Yes.
Am I audible? Okay. Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Simran Bishnoi from Edge International School, Rajasthan, India. Entrepreneurs build empire, but remember, even empires need strong foundations, and that foundation is education. Entrepreneurship may sound exciting and free, but a professional degree offers stability, structure, and security. It provides knowledge, expertise, and credibility, qualities that every great entrepreneur also need. A degree trains the mind to think critical, manage risk, and understand industries deeply. Yes, entrepreneurship has its merits. It brings creativity, innovation, and independence. But without proper education or experience, even the best ideas can collapse. Not everyone can handle the financial pressure, uncertainty, or failure that comes with it. So while entrepreneurship inspires dreams of professional degree, builds the strength to achieve them, because before you can lead the world, you must first.
Simrans for a professional degree. Yes, both the sides have their points. So let me invite the next debater for today. Jury, please note we are skipping serial number 5, 6, and 7, and we are going to serial number 8. The serial number 8 is Ansh Gulati. Ansh, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Please unmute yourself. Jury, this is serial number 8, Ansh Gulati.
Am I audible, sir? Respected judges and fellow members of parliament, a professional degree teaches you how to follow rules safely. Entrepreneurship teaches you how to rewrite them boldly. Yes, it's risky. Yes, opportunities are fewer, but risk creates reward where safety never will. India has 114 unicorns worth over 400 billion, and over 70% of the founders never finished a corporate career. Meanwhile, 60% of graduates are under or unemployed, stuck following rules that don't pay. A degree may give you a seat at a table, but entrepreneurs build the table, rent the hall, and sell the tickets. When a syllabus defines innovation as a term, startups turn it into GDP. Safety never scaled a nation, risk did. A certified frames your name. A company frames your future. History isn't remembered by those who stayed safe, but written by those who disrupted it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ansh. The power-packed opinion that you brought to the table. Now it's time to go to the next debater for today. Jury, please note the next individual that we're inviting is serial number 9, Abhinav Jangdiala. Abhinav, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Please unmute yourself. Abhinav is serial number 9, Jury. So Abhinav, over to you for the next 59 seconds.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Abhinav Jandiala. I'm an influencer at the Fourth World Teen Parliament. I study in Sparkling Minds Global School, Bengaluru, Karnataka, India. And I believe the real question isn't, is entrepreneurship better than a professional degree? It's which one helps you live your purpose. And by purpose, I don't mean something huge or dramatic. I mean that inner reason, the why behind what you do, the thing that makes it feel all worth it, that makes you feel useful. Entrepreneurship can be exciting, but it also comes with failure, uncertainty, and disappointment. A professional degree can give you structure and discipline of another level. And yes, that validating ego boost when people say, oh, you're a doctor. But here's the thing, neither path guarantees inner fulfillment. That's why I stand for this. Find your purpose first and then choose the path that makes you want to leave your bed every morning and say, yes, let's do this. Because real success isn't just about achievement, it's about meaning. And that starts with choosing what truly matters to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. So find the purpose before you find your professional or your entrepreneurship. That will help you a lot. Let me invite the next debater for today. The next debater is serial number 10, Yedhant Singh Rathod. Yedhant, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Jury, please note this is serial number 10 in your sheet. Yedhant, please unmute yourself. The next 59 seconds are yours.
Dear jury, entrepreneurship offers us something no classroom can fully teach. Real life experience. It challenges us to solve problems, take risks, and adapt faster to our world. These are lessons that shape not just businesses, but leaders. However, a professional degree still holds great value. It provides us with structured knowledge, critical thinking, and most importantly, social respect in many parts of the world. A degree opens doors and gives our idea credibility. But the magic happens when we combine both. When we use the knowledge from our degrees and apply it through entrepreneurship, we become not just job seekers but job creators. In today's world, it's either or. It's how we bridge both parts to create a real impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yedhant. You actually sit on both sides of the table. You want to be an entrepreneur while you also have a professional degree. Yes, it ensures safety nets, but let's see how it really pans out in real life. Thank you so much, Yedhant. The next speaker or the next debater for today is serial number 13, Aizam Rasool. Aizam, please unmute yourself. The next 59 seconds are yours. Jury, It is serial number 1313.
Greetings everyone, introducing myself, this is Azam Rasool, an influencer at the 4th World Parliament and an 8th grader student from Brilliant Public School, Jammu and Kashmir, India. Well, I rise with conviction to say that entrepreneurship is not just a career path, it is a revolution. Because every year we celebrate our IIT and IIM graduates. Yet so many of them walk away from six-figure jobs to start something of their own. Why? Because they have realized that real power isn't in getting hiring, it is hiring others. A professional degree may teach you how to fit in the system, but entrepreneurship teaches you how to build one. It teaches resilience when you fail, creativity when you're stuck, and leadership when no one believes in you. Flipkart, Ola, Zerodha, Physics Wala, all built by dreamers who stepped out of classroom and fitted into the creation. Yes, degrees can make you skilled, but entrepreneurship makes you limitless. So today I ask this house, in a country full of job seekers.
Azam, the 59 seconds were over. Thank you so much. The next debater for today is serial number 1414, Surabhi Nayak. Surabhi, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Please unmute yourself. Jury, this is serial number 1414.
Myself Surabhi Naik from grade 9 Priyadarshini School, Anandi, Pune, India. I think that entrepreneurship is a better career path than a professional degree, because professional degree just shows the marks and it don't gives any proof about how much practical knowledge do you have. So I think that entrepreneurship is a good path where you can bring out your own ideas and grow your own business, and the income totally depends on how much successful your business is and how much profit you get. So I think that entrepreneurship is a better career path. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Surabhi Nayak. This was serial number 1414, jury. The next speaker or debater for today is serial number 1515, Eva Singh. Eva Singh, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Jury, Eva Singh is serial number 15.
Thank you so much, sir. Degrees make you employable. Ideas make you unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, myself Eva Singh, MP at the 4th World Teen Parliament. Entrepreneurship is not a career, it's a canvas. Professional degrees teach rules. Entrepreneurship teaches you to rewrite them. It demands courage, creativity, and resilience. Skills no lecture can give you. Security is comfortable, but impact is priceless. In a world that rewards creators, not followers, why settle for a certificate when you can build a legacy? Be a boss of your destiny, not a servant of someone else's dream. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Eva. You batted well for the enterprising people in the world. So, jury, this was serial number 1515, Eva Singh. The next debater for today is serial number 1717, Tamanna Bansal. Tamanna, please unmute yourself. Jury, this is serial number 17. Tamanna, your audio is not connected. You're not audible to us. We can see that you're visible, but your audio is not working. I think you'll have to check it again. So while Tamanna sets her audio up, we will move to the next debater for today. The next debater is serial number 2020, Kamya Jaglan. Kamya, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Please unmute yourself. Jury, this is serial number 2020.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kamya Jagna, influencer at the World Teen Parliament. Everyone says without a professional degree, you cannot survive in today's world. But let's be honest, if degree guaranteed success, every topper would be a millionaire. A professional degree gives you knowledge, but entrepreneurship gives you vision. One teaches you how to work for someone, the other teaches you how to make others work with you. I know what you are thinking, but if everyone becomes an entrepreneur, who will be the doctor, the engineer, or the teacher? Well, if everyone thought the same, innovation would have never existed. Steve Jobs didn't wait for a diploma to change the world, or Elon Musk didn't wait for permission to revolutionize space or cars. Because entrepreneurship isn't about rejecting education, it's about redefining it. Yes, degrees makes you specialized, but entrepreneurship makes you limitless. A degree might secure your life, but entrepreneurship lets you design it. And maybe this sounds controversial, but progress always begins with those who dares to disagree. So no, I'm not disrespecting degrees. I'm just saying some of us aren't meant to follow.
Kama, the 59 seconds were over, but some very good points that you made. Thank you. The next speaker for today is serial number 21, 2121. It's Saida Ume Kulsum. Saida, please, over to you for the next 59 seconds. Please unmute yourself. Jury, this is serial number 21. Saida, please unmute yourself.
Excuse me, sir, but I did not register.
Okay, so we'll skip Saida. I think there would have been a technical error with this. Jury, please skip serial number 21. I think we missed one of the speakers. That was serial number 17, Tamanna Bansal. So we'll once again invite Tamanna. Tamanna, if you're there on the call, please test your audio and quickly start. Tamanna, can we test your audio? No, you're not audible. You're still not audible. So we have listened to all the debaters for today, and now it's time for all of you to vote. Before you vote, remember, each voting debate has two winners, one decided by the jury. The jury has already given the marks to us on the sheet, and our team is collating those marks. In the meanwhile, we'll quickly do a poll where all of you can vote. And then is the interesting part of every voting debate, the reflection phase or the discussion phase, where we'll come back to you for your opinions, for the opinion of our guests for today, and we'll see who is the one who gets to win. It's exactly like real world. The merit winner is the one who's kind of a class topper, who gets the maximum marks. But the democratic winner is the one who becomes the leader. So today's topic, the decision on today's topic will be made by the leader, that whether entrepreneurship will be the norm or professional degrees will be the norm. So we'll be starting the poll just in a couple of moments. Remember, when you see the poll on your screen, it will be a box that will open in front of you. Please do not close it. If you close it, you won't be able to cast your vote. You will basically see a list of all the teenagers who have spoken today. You have to click on the name of the individual that you think must win today's debate. So if you are ready, give me a quick thumbs up so that I know that we can start the poll. If you're all ready to cast your vote, okay, super. So many quick thumbs up I've got. Thank you so much. So I would request the team to please start the poll for today's teenagers who have spoken. The poll is live in front of you. The debaters who spoke today are Simran Jain, Arfa Zoya, Simran Bishnoi, Ansh Gulati, Abhinav Jangdiala, Yedant Singh Rathod, Aizam Rasool, Surbhi Nayak, Eva Singh, Kamya Jaglan. So just click on the name of the individual that you think must win today's debate. 60% of the people on this call have already casted their vote. So if you have not, make sure that you do it right away. We will be keeping the poll on only for the next 30 to 40 seconds. So make sure that you cast your vote as quickly as everyone, you can see the box in front of you. I think I can see 87% of the people on this call have already cast their vote. If you have not casted your vote, do it right away. Just click on the name of the individual that you think must win today's debate. The debaters are Simran Jain, Arfa Zoya, Simran Bishnoi, Ansh Gulati, Abhinav Jagdiala, Yedant Singh Rathod, Aizam Rasool, Surbhi Nayak, Eva Singh, and Kamya Jaglan. So if you have decided, then click on the name of the individual that you think must win today's debate. We'll now start a quick countdown from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I would request the team to please end the poll and preserve the results. Before we preserve the results, I can tell you one thing. 93% of the people on this call voted. So you have a very good voter turnout that all the people on the call, nearly all the people on the call, casted their vote. So if you had taken the effort of inviting the right people who voted for you, if you're able to lobby, if you're able to mobilize people for you, you could be the winner of the democratic vote today. We've already received the marks that the jury has given to all of you. All the teenagers were marked on 3 parameters. The first one being relevance of content, how relevant was whatever you were speaking. Second was clarity and consciousness. And the third was confidence and delivery. But before I announce the results decided by the jury and by all of you on the call, let's go to our jury members for today and take their opinion on what do they think on how was the debate and what's their opinion. Is a professional degree better, or it is better to go into entrepreneurship? What do these members of parliament think? What do these public representatives think about this? Let me invite our jury members one by one. Over to Honorable MP Don Mustapha Loong, the Member of Parliament from Philippines. Sir, over to you for your opinion on how did the debate look to you and what's your opinion on today's topic?
Thank you very much, Daksh. I'm glad to listen to the teens present in 1 minute their ideas. And this topic is indeed very difficult. I myself have 5 degrees, and yet I'm still struggling to be an entrepreneur. But well, personally, I believe that in this world, we need to bring value. And in order to bring value, you need capital. And our capital can be our skills. If you come from a rich family, then you already have capital, then it's easy to be an entrepreneur. But if you're like me, who starts from zero, we need to start with what we have, which is our skills, our social capital, our integrity, and our abilities. So also, it's critical, as what was mentioned in the debate, to really ask yourselves what makes you happy, what kind of purpose do you want to bring in this world, because ultimately that will be your energizing factor. If you're like me, who is who love learning, who love to develop skills, who love to contribute, then developing a profession is a good alternative, a good starting point, but that then you are not limited to that. What you have is the ability to accumulate capital so that in the future you can be an entrepreneur. And I'm also in that level right now, but I started first as a professional to be able to build up my capital, and now I'm into being an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much, Don Mustapha. And you're very right. Becoming an entrepreneur is a superbly risky journey. Entrepreneurship really comes with a big baggage of risk. So do you really have the capital to hold on to it? Whether the economic capital or the skill capital, what is it that you have? Where can you start from is what matters. When you really want to start from skill, you have to have a lot of degrees, be professionally superbly sound, and be able to solve real problems. Entrepreneurship has a simple rule of thumb. The bigger and critical problem you solve, the more money you make. It's as simple as that. The smaller and non-critical problem you solve, the less money you make. It's only about problem solving. The more real you make it, the more money you make out of it. So thank you so much, Don Mustapha. Now it's time to go to the other jury member for today. Over to Miss Concillia, the Member of Parliament from Zimbabwe. Ma'am, over to you for your thoughts on today's topic. And how did you feel about the debaters for today? And what do you think? Is entrepreneurship better or getting a degree?
Well, thank you. I can say I got so inspired. The teen parliamentarians had their thing on the fingertips. They knew what they were talking about. But as well, there is a matter of opinion. A degree is knowledge. Yes, they say knowledge is power, but entrepreneurship is a skill that lives forever. And you can reproduce and leave it for the future generations. The world today needs tangibles, I think. And when we produce, we are producing something tangible. And we also make money out of it. So I'd like to think we can include both. But in the long run, what is important is entrepreneurship, because you are producing and you are creating jobs for the future. And everyone in the long term has to benefit. I think so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Concillia. So all the teenagers who participated in today's debate, you have listened to the jury members, you've all spoken, people have voted for you, you all want to know the results of today's debate. But before I announce the results, I would like to go back to the contestants and take their opinion once again. Now nobody's going to mark you, the vote has already been cast, so forget everything that happened. And let me invite a couple of you to really, give your opinion on, would you want to take the risk and become an entrepreneur, or would you rely on a professional degree? What's your personal opinion and how would you make that decision? So let's now first go to Eva Singh. Eva, what do you think about it? The speech is over, the 59 seconds are done. The jury has given you marks, people have voted. What's your opinion? Do you feel safe in directly jumping into entrepreneurship, or you feel it's safe to make a safety net of a professional degree, or typically, what would you decide?
So in my speech, I said taking the entrepreneurship path would be better than the professional degree. But honestly speaking, I myself want to be a doctor. So I believe the professional degree is better than the entrepreneurship part, because I am not into taking a lot of risks. Plus, I feel entrepreneurship is full of hurdles and risks. And honestly, my pathway is in a professional degree one. So my point of view has changed because now I am free to give the idea.
So I think what Eva has done is shown you the hypocrisy that oratory can bring to the table. When you only believe what the leader is saying out loud, it's not necessary that he or she is giving their personal opinion and it might apply to them. You have to understand, when you get into specifically into political leadership, people invent alter egos. Our guests will be able to tell you more about this, but good to know. Since Eva was candid, we got to see that comparison. Thank you so much, Eva. Abhinav, what's your thought on it? Which side would you stand, and what would be your opinion when nobody's giving you marks, nobody's giving you a vote? What do you think on today's topic? Would you jump into entrepreneurship, take the risk, or would you want to, create a power-packed backup of professional degrees? Over to you.
First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk. I wasn't expecting this part of the conversation to happen. So yeah, put me off a little bit. But I think when we're talking about entrepreneurship versus professional degree, for me, I see it as going two different paths. And sometimes it can be going the same path as well. You might choose to go professional degree, get a degree, get that certain career base, and then choose to do something, choose to like start something of your own, like become a doctor and like through degree, and then start your own clinic. That's also entrepreneurship. Providing free healthcare is also a different thing from that. So there's a lot of gray area in these two perspectives. So I think I would definitely, I personally don't know yet, but yeah, I still haven't discovered that part about myself yet, how I want to move forward. But yeah, I think I'm quite certain about the fact that both journeys are meaningful depending on the person who's walking that journey. Like if a career, if a solid structured career is what I want and is what I find joy in doing, I will go do that. Versus if I really like risks and I really want to live life that way, I'm not saying structured is not living life, but yeah, if really depends on me as a person and every single person as an individual. Thank you.
Abhinav, you'll be an amazing diplomat because you answered the question, but you did not answer the question. You just played around with words and you did not commit to any part of the story. But that's a challenge that comes with policy making, because at the end of the day, a public representative has to take decisions. You can be as diplomatic as you want in your speeches, but you will have to decide when you go into a parliament and when you have to run a country. We'll go back to our jury again to take their opinions on what all you are saying and what would make a better leader. Let's take one more opinion of a teenager. Let's go to Ansh Gulati. Ansh, what would you do? The speech is over. The jury marks have been given. The public voting is done. What's your personal opinion?
I have the same reaction as Abhinav. I don't know. I didn't expect myself to be selected. I'll be honest with you. There are two sides to it. Some people see the glass is half full. Some people see it half empty. Some people say there's a silver lining, but be honest, the cloud isn't always black. It's white a lot of the times. Um, as said from a very famous person in India only who runs an academy, he said himself that degrees will matter less and less in the future. That doesn't mean that degrees won't have any merit, because obviously it shows your professionalism. And obviously there's a statement that for every Steve Jobs there are 9 startups that fail before year 5. But and also that there's 114 unicorns in India out of almost a billion. So that says something, but still, uh, as I mentioned in my speech, that what did I say? I forgot. Huh. That see, because prepared my speech, I think 5 minutes ago, or very frankly, but if history repeats itself, it's because somebody with a degree refused to disrupt it. I mean, if Elon Musk, if Zuckerberg just settle for 9 to 5 jobs, would we have Facebook? Would SpaceX be sending rockets to space? Would we have the possibility of living on Mars in the near future? Nobody knows. So for me, quite frankly, I think entrepreneurship kind of weighs a little more than degrees in today's time. I don't know about the future.
Thank you, Ansh. So one thing that we are sure about, that all the oratory from wherever it comes, whether it comes from all of these speakers today, they all know the art of oratory, but they don't know the art of decision making. They don't know how to decide, and this is something that they would have to work on. But yes, thank you so much for your honest opinion. You opened up, you made it easier for everyone to understand. Let's go to the policy makers that are here with us as today's jury members. What do they think when a political leader comes in front of people, makes promises, and then when they go to the policy making table, what happens? Because a lot of people, some of the voters feel superbly elated that yet I had a leader like this who decided something, and some people feel betrayed by the decisions of the leader. So, what is the paradox or the challenge that a public policy maker goes through when they have to decide, when they cannot be diplomatic anymore, when they have to sit on the decision making table and put a law in place? Over to Don Mustapha for his opinion on this. What does he think when people, for the sake of oratory, for the sake of convincing that mass to support you, they make claims, but when they go on the policy table, the picture changes. So,
Well, yeah, thank you, Daksh. I think the teens here made a very valid argument, and I think the proposition itself can be fought both ways. And we just have to look at the statistics, as mentioned, that for right now in India, for example, there are around 100 million professionals and around 200 million entrepreneurs. But if you look at the success rate of entrepreneurs, around half would survive a year, and then roughly 80% does not survive 5 years. Now, what does that talk about long-term survival? And but if you look at India also, India has the highest number of professionals, even more than China. And in fact, India now is producing so many professionals that it's a major challenge to the global workforce, which is good because when you talk about professionalism, it actually talks about skills, development of baseline skills. When you have the skills of marketing, math, logic, uh, these things beyond knowledge, then you will be able to easily apply entrepreneurship mindsets. The concepts of entrepreneurship simply means you want to build something that is new. But I had been to Israel to look at startups, which is Israel is the startup capital of the world. But you know, in order to have a startup, you need a laboratory. And the reason why most of the startups start in Israel is the government funds the laboratory, funds the research, funds so many things. And that is why most startups emerge there. And why in other countries, these startups do not prosper, because there's a lack of knowledge, resources, laboratories, actual application, marketing things that is required. So ultimately, as a policymaker, it's hard to choose one from the other. Just as these kids had mentioned, we have to maintain that 100 million strong professionals. For example, specifically in India, uh, remember, you are the number one emerging professionals all over the world, just like the Philippines. That we might be a third world country, but we provide the most number of seafarers, nurses all around the world, because we are poor, but our largest resource is human capital. And in India, you can have that very strong human capital, and then from there, then you have the entrepreneurs to add that up. Concepts like Uber and Grab is good, but remember, that is 1% of the 1%. That there's out of 100,000 ideas, they prospered. And as somebody who lived quite a few decades, you realize that entrepreneurship is a great, passionate thing, but you have to incorporate the consistency, the character, the passion, the marketing, and all these dynamics that you have to put into it. And unfortunately, if you're a parent, unfortunately, if you need to pay the bills, the rent, you have to balance that off. So having a profession as a baseline is a security factor, and then you invest in your entrepreneurship. That's my personal note on it.
You're very right when you say that, when you're a parent, when you have to pay regular bills, it becomes superbly difficult. And being successful in, entrepreneurship is, a very, very rare case. You talked about Israel, and yes, Israel has amazing lot of successful startups. They have, I think, the highest success rate amongst the people who get into entrepreneurship, because the kind of ecosystem that they have there is even better than a lot of developed countries. Even they trump US for that sake. And the basic requirement for entrepreneurship is the availability of free capital. That is where it really, sparks up, whether you're able to give them laboratories, resources. That's where it typically comes at play. Let's go to Mrs. Concillia, the MP from Zimbabwe. Ma'am, I would typically want your opinion on this, that leaders sometimes speak something else in the public domain, and when they go in the parliaments, they speak something absolutely different. So how do you balance that, and why it becomes a problem for the policymaker as an individual when they have to balance their public opinion and the logical opinion that they bring at the policy making table?
Thank you. Personally, I think that reality and soliciting for votes are two different things. So anyway, when we go out there to the public, we tell them what they want to hear. But when we get down to business, we have to consider what is best for nations, what makes nations move, what makes nations grow. Is on the issue of entrepreneurship or professionalism, I think we need to balance both. When we grow up, even in our own time as elders, we were being told that schooling is best. You need to go to school. You need to be educated. So that is the starting point. You can't be an entrepreneur who doesn't know anything. So you have to be an entrepreneur who has knowledge. So we are saying here, if we have to carry nations forward, let's balance the two. Let the children go to school. Let the children acquire education and professionalism, but let reality lead as well. After school, a case of Zimbabwe in particular, we have so many graduates that have gone through university, but alas, they are being vendors on the street. So wouldn't it have been better if they started from school to know what best the path to follow in entrepreneurship? Yes, they have their caps. Yes, they have their degrees, but they're going back to be airtime vendors. So from the beginning, as we lead our young ones to choose the best for the future, they have to balance both. As I'm going to school, yes, I need a qualification, but where would it take me to? Would it give me some food on the table in the future? Most of them, especially in our case in point in Zimbabwe, we are having a terrible problem of the brain drain. All those graduates are now migrating for greener pastures, so they say. So what if they had done something for the nation in the line of entrepreneurship? With their education, they should have a plan B. So in everything, even if we tell the people education is power, we also need to tell them they also need to have skills in order for them to create jobs, because we need food in the long run. We need money in the long run. So methinks everything put together, we need to balance up for the sake of a better future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maman. You're very right when you say getting votes, when you go out to really get votes, it's a different story. But when you sit at the table to decide things, things change. You have to look at reality. But the challenge is the voter sometimes feels okay with it, but a lot of times might feel betrayed. So what I'm trying to say to all the teenagers who are here on this call, it's very important to understand that if you get swayed away by oratory and cast your vote, you have to remember it's the marketing that you voted for. It's not the individual, because you don't know the individual. You only got impressed by the oratory that it brought in front of you, the way they articulated their ideas. So remember, as a voter, study more. And on today's topic, let's see who is the one who got the maximum marks and became the merit winner. So what we'll see now are two basic concepts playing in front of you. First is meritocracy. Meritocracy is based on merit, or the marks that you'll get from our jury members today. They would have marked you on those three parameters that we talked about. You are the class topper for today. But remember, can you imagine your class topper to be the prime minister or the president of your country? Leadership, or the ability to make decisions, to power to control lives, is not decided by merit. It's decided by democracy, or the votes that people cast. So how many of you want to know the jury winner? If you want to know the jury winner, put your one hand up in the air and wave it like this only, then you'll get to know the winner. Okay, now everyone wants to know this. We are nearly coming towards the end of the session. So today's merit winner, or the individual who got the maximum marks from our jury members today is Eva Singh. Congratulations, Eva. You're the jury winner for the 46th Parliamentary Session of the World Team Parliament. What are your thoughts? You've already spoken on both sides of the topic, but you spoke well, you were relevant, your content was good. So now, did you really think that you'll be winning the jury verdict today? Over to you for a quick statement before we move ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. As I've already delivered my points of views and everything, so I'll keep this short and crisp. I'm overjoyed to be chosen as a jury winner because from the past few debates, I kept on learning, and finally, I reached to a limit where yes, I was chosen as a jury winner. Feels happy, feels overwhelming, extremely joyful. Thank you so much to the jury for choosing me as a merit winner, and yeah, I'll keep that it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Eva, congratulations on being the merit winner for today's debate. So now is the time when we know who gets the power to decide on the topic. Because whoever wins this debate democratically or by votes gets the power to decide. So how many of you want to know the democratic winner? If you want to know the democratic winner, put both your hands up in the air so that I know there's a little bit of there's a lot of excitement. Super. So the individual who got the maximum votes, I don't know whether they, put out a lot of effort to bring the right people, but yes, you're the one who got the maximum votes in today's debate. So congratulations to the democratic winner for today's debate. And that's Abhinav Jangdiala. Abhinav, congratulations. You are the voted winner today for today's debate. You got the maximum vote. So now you have to decide, would you want everyone in your country to be so you can see the vote percentage that you got. Abhinav got nearly 27% of the votes on this call. He is the one who got the maximum votes and is the democratic winner for today's session. So Abhinav, now you have to take a decision. You have to either side with entrepreneurship or you have to side with professional degrees, and you cannot stand in the middle. You cannot be at diplomatic anymore. You have to decide, what do you want? Professional degree for all the citizens of your country, or you want entrepreneurship for all the citizens of your country? What would you mandate? Over to you.
Thank you. Firstly, for all of you, actually, all the participants today, for audience, for voting for me. Thank you for that. Also to Daksh sir, thank you for bringing up the two options that I have to choose from. That's what really drives me, I think, yeah. Okay. I think I'm not gonna take this much long. I'm not gonna take longer. We're almost to the end of the session, but so you see how clueless I am right now. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But yeah, I think as me first person, I still don't know. I'm being very honest with all of you here. Okay, so my decision would be my school also does a lot of entrepreneurial projects, and they are looking for us to become entrepreneurs already. And I see how that's shaping me as a human and how that's really helping me. So yeah, due to the choices given, I would side with, yeah, going towards entrepreneurship. All of you get ready to buckle up, and yeah, that's about it. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. Finally, you decided on being one side of the topic. Now, everyone who's there on the call, just imagine for the couple of moments that you're there on this call. Think that Abhinav is your government, and your government has sided with entrepreneurship, and you are mandated to be an entrepreneur. How does it make you feel? Select an emoji from the emotions that you can have, on Zoom. Does it make you feel sad, happy, angry, agitated? What is the vibe that it gives you that now I have to be mandatorily doing entrepreneurship? Because that's what your government has decided. So now what you see on your screen is the way the actual society looks like when the parliaments make a law, impose a tax, or give a subsidy. And this is the reaction that makes a policymaker or a leader anxious. They feel not so safe at that point that whether I sided with the right people. What did I do? Go back home, talk to your parents, and just ask them of the experience that they have when the government decides something that they hate, or when the government decides something that they love. How do they react to it? A quick closing statement from both our guests. We are nearly at the end of the session, but with whatever they've experienced till now, I would ask them for their closing remark for the World Teen Parliament. How was the experience? Did they like it or not? Over to Don Mustapha for his closing statement, and then we'll go to Mrs. Concillia. Don Mustapha, over to you for your closing statement for today's parliamentary session.
Well, thank you very much, Daksh, and I am really amazed by the system that you have developed and how intelligent and brilliant teenagers are. And I'm glad with this kind of mindset that our teenagers have. I think we're moving towards a better future. Although one word of warning is that knowledge will soon become extinct, in the sense that most knowledge will be with AI, and people can think that they could prepare for everything within 5 minutes because AI is there. But that the greatest challenge now is the development of the grit and critical analysis, and managing these dilemmas and the ethics of it. So this generation is blessed to have AI, and but you must now develop the critical skills, knowledge, skills, and attitude. You must develop the proper attitude, must develop the skills, marketing, speaking, relating with other people. Those are the critical skills that are necessary for professionals and as well as for entrepreneurs. And it's a very unpredictable world we have in the future, where even professions are in danger because AI takes over law, medicine, engineering, accounting. But as you develop your skills, as you develop your ability to relate with other people, as you further fire up that willingness to learn, then that will be your greatest capital, because the amount of effort you give to developing yourself so that you can create value to the world will make you a valuable person in the world, whether you're a professional or you're an entrepreneur. But lastly, Daksh, please continue this, and may you be able to inspire more teens around the world.
Thank you so much, Don Mustapha, for your wishes to the World Teen Parliament. I would now request Mrs. Concillia for her closing statements and her statement to the World Teen Parliament. How was the experience? What did she like? And what's the idea or anything that she would want people to remember with her presence at the World Teen Parliament? Over to you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy anyway to have been part of this. The young teens, they've been inspiring, and it is a great thing that you are preparing them, not only for the future, but for now, because they are making their decisions as they go. And yet, yes, it's been said they need the knowledge, but let's have knowledge with integrity. Even if AI is there, even if you have to be led through what your parents or the school tells you to do, be effective. Choose where you think you'll be really effective. Because in the long run, you need to impact lives. In the long run, you have to help nations. In the long run, there are lives there to be helped. So I think as they make their choices, as they think they can represent others, they have to think of the whole human being, the man, the woman with integrity who can lead for posterity. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Concillia. Over to Pritisha Bhatnagar for the vote of thanks for today's parliamentary session before we go towards the conclusion. Pritisha, over to you.
As we come to the end of this powerful and thought-provoking voting debate session, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who made it so special. A heartfelt thank you to our esteemed jury panel, Ms. Concillia, Chinanzvavana, Honorary MP Don Mustapha Loong, and Mr. Daksh Gaur for sharing your time, your insights, and your encouragement with all of us. It truly makes a lot to have leaders like you guiding the next generation of changemakers. To all our teen MPs, your energy, passion, and perspectives made today's discussion incredibly engaging. Each argument showed how deeply you think about the future, not just your own, but the world's. A big thank you to the Blub World team for organizing yet another session that brings democracy, debate, and global connection together in such an inspiring way. And of course, thank you to our audience, the parents, students, and supporters, for always believing in the power of youth. Let's continue to ask bold questions, share brave ideas, and shape the world with our voices. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Pratisha. Thank you so much to both our guests for today, Mrs. Concillia and Don Mustapha, for taking out the time and being a part of the 46th Parliamentary Session of the World Teen Parliament. It was lovely hearing to all of these teenagers. Remember, the World Teen Parliament is not just this session that happened. It's every single conversation that you do. We just want to bring meaningful conversations back to teen talks. When you're talking amongst each other, have more meaningful conversations, because the world is changing at a pace that we cannot pace up with. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being a part of the 46th Parliamentary Session of the World Teen Parliament. Namaste, and have an amazing evening, afternoon, or good morning that you have ahead at your part of the world. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Over to Pratisha Bhatnagar for the vote of thanks for today's parliamentary session before we go towards the conclusion. Pratisha, over to you.
As we come to the end of this powerful and thought-provoking voting debate session, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who made it so special. A heartfelt thank you to our esteemed jury panel, Ms. Concillia, Chinanzvavana, Honorary MP Don Mustapha Loong, and Mr. Daksh Gaur for sharing your time, your insights, and your encouragement with all of us. It truly makes a lot to have leaders like you guiding the next generation of changemakers. To all our teen MPs, your energy, passion, and perspectives made today's discussion incredibly engaging. Each argument showed how deeply you think about the future, not just your own, but the world's. A big thank you to the Blub World team for organizing yet another session that brings democracy, debate, and global connection together in such an inspiring way. And of course, thank you to our audience, the parents, students, and supporters, for always believing in the power of youth. Let's continue to ask bold questions, share brave ideas, and shape the world with our voices. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Pratisha. Thank you so much to both our guests for today, Mrs. Concillia and Don Mustapha, for taking out the time and being a part of the 46th Parliamentary Session of the World Teen Parliament. It was lovely hearing to all of these teenagers. Remember, the World Teen Parliament is not just this session that happened. It's every single conversation that you do. We just want to bring meaningful conversations back to teen talks. When you're talking amongst each other, have more meaningful conversations, because the world is changing at a pace that we cannot pace up with. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being a part of the 46th Parliamentary Session of the World Teen Parliament. Namaste, and have an amazing evening, afternoon, or good morning that you have ahead at your part of the world. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.